Inside this great hub, there can be no compromise to stopping KXL Pipeline and shutting down the tar sands. These two energy projects represent weapons of mass destruction that can impact all lives for 10,000 years. It's time to end the fossil fuel.
She has a nut problem. Okay. They call it.
Well, there may still be. Now that is a wonderful revolution all day a time. A green revolution based on love and respect. All people in this land and around the world want to choose. I hope we can all choose love and pipeline. I expect to see all of you on the front lines blockading that pipeline because I'll be there. We are all idle no more. Idle no more.
Thank you, Penny, for those wonderful remarks. So I just want to have a couple announcements to let you know a couple logistical things. I'm Jasmine from the Sierra Club. Thank you all for coming out here today. If anybody needs closed captioning for the speeches, there's a closed captioning screen right over there to the right. Also, we have more people that are trying to come into the plaza, so if everyone can move to the north just a little bit, we can all be part of it. Also, I needed that color in the house.
Do something about climate change, and we were already seeing the signs. But that was before Sandy, before Nemo, before Katrina. So now is the time to act, and this is our moment. I have the pleasure today to introduce Andre Soto, and he's a lifelong resident of Richmond. He works with Communities for Better Environment in our
13, erosion today. A toxic black mushroom cloud spread over Richmond, California and the rest of West Contra Costa County, all the way to Pleasant Hill and Benicia. Sirens alerted us to shelter in place, just like the old nuclear attack drills. And more than 15,000 people ended up going to the hospital. This toxic explosion was the most visible evidence of the everyday pollution emitted onto the Richmond community and its neighbors by the largest volume greenhouse gas emitter in California, the Chevron Richmond refinery. The war to stop climate change is being fought on the front lines in Richmond, California, my hometown. Communities for a Better Environment believes there must be limitations on the sulfur content of the crude oil the refineries are permitted to process. This means no tar sands crude. Do you hear us, Mr. President? Any new refinery construction or rebuild must result in net emissions reductions. Do you hear us, Mr. President? Refinery construction and rebuilds must include partial solarization of the energy production process in the refinery. All of the manufacturing should be domestic and the installation should be done by local resident workers. Do you hear us, Mr. President? In Richmond, Chevron must negotiate a community benefits agreement directly with the community members to mitigate the damage Chevron has done to Richmond for the past 107 years. Do you hear us, Mr. President? Chevron lied to the people of the Bay Area and said the toxic fire was the result of environmentalists and the community not allowing Chevron to modernize the Richmond refinery. Cal OSHA recently determined Chevron had willfully violated a whole variety of state laws and its own safety procedures. Cal OSHA imposed the highest fines in Cal OSHA history, nearly $1 million, knowing that it was no deterrent to the multi-billion-dollar corporation. The U.S. Chemical Safety Board, all presidential appointees, have already classified the fire as a near miss because 20 United Steelworkers, union workers, barely escaped the toxic cloud and certain death right before igniting that cloud into the toxic black mushroom cloud that we all saw envelop the Bay Area that day. Chevron wants to upgrade its Richmond refinery and needs permission from the city of Richmond to obtain the necessary permits to build. Chevron's Richmond refinery is the single largest emitter of greenhouse gases in the entire state of California, thus a significant contributor to global climate change. We will be hosting a community forum about Cal OSHA and the U.S. Chemical Safety Board findings on Wednesday, February 27th at St. Mark's Church Gym in Richmond with this new labor community alliance that we have created in response to this fire. We have Communities for a Better Environment, United Steelworkers Local 5, Asia Pacific Environmental Network, Natural Resources Defense Council, Natural Resources Defense Council, Labor Occupational Health Program, the Blue Green Alliance, and our allies, the Richmond Progressive Alliance, ACE, and West County Toxics, and many others. So come out Wednesday the 27th. This fight is just beginning, and check out our website, cbecal.org and 350.org for more information. Thank you. All you beautiful people, we will do this.
So please stay. We need a large crowd to be part of this photo so we can send to the president and show him how many people showed up in San Francisco to say no to this pipeline.